Yeah. Hey, nerds. So, he assumed we've been live for an hour, so. Sorry about that. You guys haven't missed much. We've just been doing a lot of going back and forth and trying to figure out what to do. You're out of the glowy part, that's all that matters.
The glowy part is what means.
Is what's going to blow up, yeah.
Yeah, she thought she clicked live, but apparently not. It's okay, you didn't miss anything. We've been banging our head against trying to get into a good spot for this.
Yep, and it seems like we're in as good of a spot as ever.
194 damage.
I mean, we've already done 106 damage, so.
Can't knock it down.
No, I tried stunning it. Seems that Rose was still stunned, so.
We didn't. Oh, we were stunned. That's why we didn't get around. Oh, you're joking me.
What?
They made me drop my weapon.
Oh, nice.
Oh, all we can do is just try to stay healed this whole entire time. And now I can't pick up my weapon next turn.
Are you stunned or something?
Yep.
If I'm not stunned, I'll pick your weapon down.
You're grovel. You're stunned.
Yay!
I absolutely hate this fight.
She's probably gonna put one next to her when she gets her turn. Yeah, my stuff thing said it was already live, so I assumed that we were live and that you guys were just being quiet.
Obey! Thrall.
Yep, so we have to go on whichever side of it that we can.
Clicked Shadowheart game. Stop blinking my screen. God, that is so annoying.
Brain is resistant to achievements. Versus defeat it before it breaks. Hey, Duff. Sorry, we didn't realize we weren't live.
Cry about it. Fading fast. I need healing.
Wow.
Reconsider. Assess. Implore. Surrender. Subdued. At last. This is its death rattle. Spare me. Join me. Wield me. Become absolute. This is it, soldier. This is what we fought for. Time to end this thing.
The brain is on the cusp of its final thought, and it's taking all of Karlak's strength to keep it there. An opportunity, perhaps.
Nope. These are good characters.
No more tadpoles, brain. It's time to die.
My master. I must obey. I must end.
And the game's like, here, you get to fight everything still behind.
Legions upon legions of unborn lipids. The pain rips through you, obliterating all thought, all feeling. Your tadpole burns in your brain. Silence. For the first time in a long time, your thoughts are entirely your own. And then, gravity.
Gravity check.
Gravity works. Squish! I went flying.
You might want to get out of the boat.
That was awesome.
Oh.
And now all the common folk have risen up and killed all the squid folk.
Everything you did, everything you sacrificed, it was worth it. For this.
We climbed out of the drink.
Hells. I'm lucky I learned to swim when I did.
My powers, they're draining. Just like Mizora said they would. A small price to pay in the grand scheme of things.
We really did it.
I can't feel the tadpole. They must have all died with the brain. That means we can't turn into mind flayers. Not that there's necessarily anything wrong with being a mind flayer, of course.
It's all right. I knew what I was doing.
I will ensure that all Githyanki know your name and your sacrifice. What you have done today will start a fire that rages across the astral plane. With their lost prince returned, my people will burn away Vlaakith's corruption. And it is all thanks to you, the Illithid who defied a netherbrain.
You did good, Karlak.
I did, didn't I? I saved the fucking world. And I think I might live long enough to tell the tale too.
I thank you, my liberator, my savior.
I think those are your friends, my dude.
My people are leaving, and I must leave with them. Julas!
So yeah, you don't have to deal with that big fight in the end. You just have to get like 3 characters through the portal and hope the other 2 survive.
Farewell, Gestil, my liberator.
Not gonna lie, even with Karlak as an Illithid, she's still cute.
With the Githyanki gone, there's nothing left but the silence of the city. Smouldering, waiting to be rebuilt. But it seems that Gale's mind is elsewhere.
The crown. It's somewhere in the Giontha. If I salvage the stones, I can reforge it. With the crown in my hands, I would be unstoppable. The casts I weave would be mine to command.
He's
I would
lost
be
it.
more than the greatest wizard who ever lived. I would be a god.
You pick whatever you want. I'll just click what I find funny.
Is that really what you want, Gale?
Want, need, deserve. Choose whatever word you prefer. But it is what I'm going to do. Mistra has dictated the terms of my potential for long enough. The crown would grant me control of my own destiny at last. Think of all I could achieve. All that I could grant to those whose ambitions are restrained by Mistra's yoke. I could raise a new Netheril, right here in Faerun.
Your hubris was your downfall once, Gale. I thought you were wiser than to make the same mistake again.
I thought you were wise enough to recognize that I am not the man I once was. It seems that we've come to an impasse. I stand on the threshold of divine ascension, and you would try to keep me grounded. It's not your
Or
fault.
try to keep you from killing
I hardly
yourself.
expect you to understand.
Or harming
But
yourself.
nor will I
rather.
relinquish this chance because you're unwilling to imagine a world where I succeed. I will
Or
never
realize that
that
you've
much
managed
I
to fail.
promise. And if one day you feel differently, I will be honored to have you as my chosen.
Right. Okay.
Another low mortal grasping at godhood. Perhaps he will manage it and be everything he promises. Perhaps not.
I'm gonna go with the perhaps.
Better for the
not,
world not to
Zahara.
find out at all, I think. And certainly better for Gale that Mistra does not. But he set himself on his path. We have our own next steps to think on. Right. I suppose there is more work to do now. What first?
We rebuild Baldur's Gate and try again.
Celebration, yes. And perhaps a drink, too. A lot of people died, so we could get to this moment. Let's go find somewhere to offer them a toast.
Of course, Sorcerer Sundries looks untouched.
It's
Well,
over.
mostly
And
untouched.
it's all because of you. You, who were destined to become a thrall. Thanks to you, there will be no Illithid Empire, no Death God's tyranny. You have earned your place amongst the legends of the Sword Coast. You are the saviors of Baldur's Gate.
Aw, Mindy's asleep. It's so cute. Pinch the cheeks.
Last night was perfect. Though I couldn't help lying there thinking about my parents before you stirred.
The perfect post-coital subject.
I gave them the release they asked for. Freed myself from Shah's grasp just as they wished for.
I'm guessing you picked one.
But there's moments where I think I'd trade that to be able to see them again. Talk to them again. There's so much only they could have told me. But that's all gone now. I've got to move on. Find some place for myself. I was hoping you'd say that. Whatever lies ahead will be far less daunting if I have you.
Of course it will.
It could be just like old times. Well, hopefully not exactly like old times. I think I've had enough camping and mortal peril for one lifetime.
Tentacle.
Soldier.
You're every bit as beautiful now as you always were.
Thank you. But beauty no longer concerns me. This vessel, this flesh, is but a means to experience the depths within and without. Before, all I cared about was survival. Now, I think I'm ready to live.
Me too. Let's live together.
You will be a helpful partner in my exploration of what it is to be alive.
We accomplished some. Where shall we go now?
Somewhere quiet. Somewhere private. Somewhere we can ask a million questions and contemplate their answers. This is only the beginning, my love. We will reach heights of which our former selves could not conceive. At your side, I have learned to make peace with death, to accept new life, to conquer all that stands in the way of us and our destiny. We are indomitable, and the life we lead will be legendary. Let us begin, together as one.
That was so cute.
6 months have passed since you defeated the Netherbrain. And since then, you have seen more of life than you ever thought possible. You are greeted as a savior, a champion, a hero. And sometimes you feel like something else entirely. An adventurer, a traveler, a survivor. You faced down the gods. You thwarted the grand design. Anything seems possible. But before you can write the next chapter of your story, you must end this one.
He's really going
Thou
for
wert
the
called here, some
God
from above,
mode.
some below. For with thine bond, together thou hast kept the wheel of fate spinning when it threatened to halt. Though thou wert drawn far apart in the months after the collapse of the Absolute, tonight, fate
I
renews
like
thy
Shadow
bond
Hearts.
once more. Thou shouldst take care to preserve it. It is a great weapon, wielded in the hand of good. Go. Know one another once more.
I'll let you talk to Shadowheart first.
I didn't expect to be nervous. But seeing everyone here like this, it's strange, isn't it? I feel like I must have dreamed the last few months. Now I'm waking up back in camp with my hair smelling like wood smoke and fallen leaves stuck to my backside. Oh, I've noticed. Ever since I first slipped into my camp garments, I should think. So, we should divvy up what we tell people about what we've been doing these past few months. I'd hate to be a bore that comes along and regurgitates the same story to someone moments after you've told them. Any ideas? Well, there's the visit to the House of the Moon, fending off Sharan assassins. That stray imp that joined us. Bing bong, wasn't it? We've squeezed in a lot. And I'm glad I got to share it all with you. I'm sure we'll have them hanging off our every word. I'll leave you to do some mingling, unless you need anything else. That can be arranged.
Aww, so precious.
Almost a shame we're with company. I'd be tempted to let you whisk me away someplace quiet.
And suddenly Lita's like, I'll be back.
With
Or Mindy,
music
sorry.
in the air and wine flowing, I think I'll manage. Don't get into trouble, but if you must, fetch me first.
Are you enjoying yourself, my love?
Why is she on fire?
I don't know. I am. It's great to have the old team back together. I'd rather be off in a quiet corner with you. Can't believe these 6 months have passed so fast.
Bold. There'll be plenty of time for that after we're caught up with our old friends. Anyway, I'll need to visit the doctor on our way home. He said there's a potential in his infirmary. A very old woman recently diagnosed with a wasting sickness. She seemed interested in what I have to offer. I want to have a good long talk with her before we make an arrangement. Though, if I'm being very selfish, I hope she'll say yes. I'm absolutely famished. And think of all those memories.
I'm glad to hear. I was worried you were getting hungry.
I don't hide it well, do I? Some things don't change, even when everything else does. It's funny. I'm hungry in my body, but in my soul, too. That woman has lived a long life. Births, deaths, love, misfortune. And if she agrees, I'll be able to give her a dignified end and remember it all in her honor. But hey, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's enjoy ourselves. This is a rare enough treat, isn't it?
Can I have a kiss before we rejoin the party?
Always, darling.
Face hugger.
Good song, good company, good wish it could last forever.
See, there's Halson, Shahira.
Well, now. You can make yourself presentable when you have a mind to. Oh, forgive me. I am simply excitable. It is good to be out under an open sky once more. My first, since the reconstruction began. We left quite a mess behind. But the city begins to look something like itself once more. Same twisting alleys for purse pickers. Same wooden buildings ready to get burnt by next year's dragon. Same cisterns overflowing. Huh.
I just picked one. You
Baldurians
can pick your
simply
own.
get on with it. Stubbornness, civic spirit, plain stupidity. Perhaps all three. But nothing I will sniff at any longer. harpers, have come from half the world over to lend aid. Farmers, masons, healers. My own son, Jord, has been wooed to their ranks. Already he plans crop cycles in Worm's Crossing. Not so for my daughter. Ryan's rejoined the Flaming Fist. Temporarily, you understand. To organize the craftsmen. Though she spends more time locking up comrades for pocketing aid funds. They might learn a thing or two, if they don't expel her. Again. There is still much to do. People to house. A Harper network to rebuild. I may have little love for this city, but so long as my family chooses to serve it, I can do no less. For all your travels, I hope you have arrived where you want to be. Home. Whatever that means to you. Ah, sentiment. With the greatest affection, I can think of better ways to sour our stomachs. I must inspect the refreshments. You'll never know. Some ne'er-do-well might have tampered with the wine.
Oh, I don't have my animal talking potions.
I was just about to say that.
I talked to Minsk.
Boo! We are not dreaming. It is our old friend.
It's good to see you too, Minsk.
Oh, and it is good to be seen. Oh, after so many days down in the dark, Minsk began to wonder if he was some blind bug who had only dreamed himself to be large and bulksome. You will forgive the aroma, I hope. We were not expecting the Dusty One to open a portal to our very cell. Boo had a moment to lick himself clean, but there is a little too much of Minsk to cover.
You were in a cell? For what?
Minsk and Boo have been helping, of course. We guard the streets, while Jaheira is occupied with harperish matters. The Zentarum rule the city's underbelly, so Minsk and Boo went to give them a tickle. There were harsh words, battle cries, some manner of head wound. We awoke in a Zentish cell, awaiting trial by noble combat. Execution, says Boo, though I am not sure of the difference. It is a long walk to the gallows, and Minsk still has his fists, no?
Sounds like Withers got you out just in time. You're going to get yourself killed. You can't fight everyone you disagree with.
Minsk and Boo agree to disagree. But leave such matters for the morn. Tonight is for celebration and the telling of tales. How have you filled your days since we tore this sticky tyrant from the sky?
It sounds like an innuendo. Just living my life now. I've found someone to live it with.
Aha, the lovebirds still nest together then? Minsk is glad. For what is life without a companion? Though I am thinking yours does not sit on your shoulders, eh? Ah, you are right, Boo. That is none of Minsk's business. There is much merriment to be made before the night is done. Go and greet the others. Minsk shall make himself presentable. Ah, this pond shall do nicely, Boo. Though I see no soap. So you shall have to blow the bubbles for me.
Okay.
A night without care. No worry, no obligation. It's been too long.
Withers has a keen eye for a nice vintage. Why were we surrounded?
There's something
Scratch.
strange in your old friend's mouth. What is it? A familiar invitation. He wants you to throw the object he's dropped. But it isn't a ball. It's the astral prism.
Throw it. Throw it.
Scratch barks merrily in something like agreement. He whines. Less talk, more throw.
Guess now you've got to pick it up and throw it for him. Did he go and get it?
Yeah. It's not over here anymore.
Maybe he's got it in his mouth again.
Good song, good company, good wine.
If you're gonna play fetch with the ball, I'll talk to Halson and the other guys.
What?
Halson, my
You'd
dude.
think someone of my vintage would be inured to the passage of time. Yet these past 6 months have seemed endless without your company. But now, our paths cross once more.
Let me guess. Just as nature intended.
Just as I hoped they would, more like. The Oak Father has been kind to me this past while. Yet I cannot forget the bond we all forged together. It is one that can
something
weather
about
any
having
distance.
weird
Any
worms
passage
put
of
in
time.
into your head makes you very close with other people.
I know it can. For I feel the longing for old friends in my heart each day.
You sound like you need a hug.
I always do. Should I ever decline, assume a doppelganger has taken my place. That was more than worth the wait.
Which do you think, babe? One or three?
Apologies. You can probably understand my eagerness. I shall be as gentle as a feather next time. Now, we have much to catch up on. Do not allow me to ramble on. I am eager to hear all you've been doing.
First, Halson, I want to hear about the life you've made and the people you've helped.
In that case, very well. Our community grows rapidly. In 6 months, we have turned what was once a shadowy wasteland into a true home for all. In another 6 months, I would wager the scars of the past will be entirely invisible, even to those who remember them. The old masonry of Moonrise Towers and Rythwin have been repurposed into new homes, and the land is rich with harvests and bountiful trees. Nature and civilization are in harmony. Stronger together.
I recall you have quite a few young wards to care for. 9 wagons of them, wasn't it?
Ah, my greatest purpose and greatest reward. Those children have been through more than fate had any right to cast at them, and yet they go on as resilient as anything in nature. I impart what knowledge I can to them, yet, in truth, they teach me far more. The land we saved is theirs, and they will cherish it, I'm sure. Thaniel and Oliver shall never want for friends again.
I'll need to see this place for myself.
You are welcome whenever you like, and for however long you please. Now, please, tell me all, and spare no details. I shall not lie. I have an ulterior motive in wishing to hear all. It is the children, you see, my charges. Their appetite for bedtime tales is greater than I could ever have anticipated. Another story, Daddy Halsin. Another is the chorus that greets me each nightfall. They have all but exhausted my repertoire in but a few short months. No mean feat given the lifetime I have lived. I desperately need new material, please. My reputation is at stake.
Had I known bedtime tales were a possibility, I'd have sought you out at camp. Not sure if that's a flirt or not. Alright, let me see what I have.
I am all ears, though I never cared for that phrase. A rather unsettling image.
Regale Halsin with tales of your past 6 months.
You have kept yourself busy. I expected no less, in truth. I shall be able to keep the children enthralled for a few more nights yet, thanks to you. And should you wish to retell of your exploits in person, well, I shall not object to a night off. Now, it would be cruel of me to hoard you all to myself for the evening, as much as I would like to. I shall leave you to the others for now. Unless there was anything else? On occasion, but I prefer not to interfere. Francesca of the High Forest is Archdruid now, and by all accounts, she has proven to be a steady and wise influence. Even Korga may yet find true balance, thanks to her influence. Before you go, I have something for you. Just a little keepsake, really. Do you remember how I told you I like to whittle? I made this. Ducks are my favorite, but I thought they were particularly fitting in this case. They are migratory birds, of course, traveling far and wide with the turn of the seasons. Yet, they always find their way back to where they belong.
Now I kind of want to play
Like
a character
old
that
friends
romances
find themselves
Halsin
back
to
in
see
each
what
other's
happens.
company.
Unfortunately, we're going evil next game, so I can't romance Halsin. It's lovely, thank you.
Just a token to remember me by. Now, I've taken up enough of your time. Go on. Enjoy the festivities. We can speak again later.
Where's Meiji? I'm gonna give him a piece of my mind.
That's Will. Oh, he's over there. Let me
Where?
see if I can remember how to ping.
the day I pray to you, Gale, is the day up is down, left is right, and Tresson the cat.
Was Faerun always so dull? Still, at least the company was worth the trip, if not the view. I told you I would, didn't I? I imagine you're wondering how all this came to be. The finer points of divine ascension are beyond mortal comprehension, I'm afraid, but I can provide a rudimentary sequence of events. First, I retrieved the crown of Karsus and reforged it using a series of precise and highly complex Netherese incantations. Then, I used it. As you know, the orb within me was the half-formed Karsite Weaver. Magic left incomplete by Karsus' self-destruction. I finished it. Using the crown of Karsus, I turned it into a new form of magic, fused with my being, driven by my purpose. And then I put it to work. As expected, Mystra was unwilling to hand over the reins of the weave, so I've claimed dominion over another area which I've passing familiarity. Ambition. I offer them nothing. I inspire them to seize their destinies for themselves. Great as the heights I've reached thus far may be, I've not forgotten my humble origins. In fact, they're central to my doctrine. Those drawn to the Galarian Creator merely seek my guidance as the impressive, all-powerful being I've become. Ambition is about beginnings. It's not just about the heights, but the lows that preceded them. I was nothing. Drifting dust mote of a wizard, abandoned by my goddess, my powers lost, my reputation destroyed. And look at me now. I'm their proof. Proof their hopes are not barren wastes, but the loamy soil in which their future achievements will flourish. Proof that with ambition, anything is possible.
Yeah, why not? Bragging about how he did all this himself.
And while I will be, quite literally, eternally grateful for your assistance, that's not quite the truth. I'm the one who dredged up the crown, who dared to defy his goddess and claim a place in the heavens. I earned this. I am ambition incarnate. As indistinguishable from that most potent sensation as Mystra herself is from the weave. And word is spreading. There are already several shrines in my honor scattered across the outer reaches of Thay, and rumors of a very prominent temple under construction in Arm.
I doubt it.
This is only the beginning. I believed in you for so much of our journey. It's a pity you won't do me the same courtesy. I suppose it was foolish to expect a mortal to understand.
Wow.
Well,
Oh,
there
what?
he is. Gale in all his glory. I hope you're happy, the god of ambition. Have you ever heard anything more ridiculous? Not in the least. And who led him straight to such ridiculous notions, hmm? Who left that crown in the river where any foolish wizard could swim down and pick it up? You were looking out for him. I expected better of you. False. He was mine. Though now he belongs only to his own pride. I know there's nothing you could have done to stop him. Not really. Once he'd decided to learn nothing from his mistakes, what use were either of our protests? Perhaps you'd be willing to come meet Gale's mother sometime? She misses him so. And I know it would do her heart a world of good to discuss her son with someone who knew him as he was. Jolly good. I'll tell Mrs. Dekarios to be expecting you. Oh, she'll be delighted. Things just haven't been the same without himself cluttering up the place. Enjoy your party, dear. I've heard you quite deserve a celebration.
Okay then. I'm curious.
Gods, it's so good to see you. It's been far
I'm
too long.
talking to
I...
Will.
Hold on a moment. Do you smell that?
You take in every scent the night breeze carries. Sweet honeysuckle, tender violets, and an earthy fragrance you can't quite recognize.
I'm getting fragrant flowers and a mysterious accent I can't quite place.
Forest trees draped in moss. Bittersweet, smoky, and that faintest hint of vanilla. Reminds me of the Wilden Oak, the oldest and most storied tree in all of the Sword Coast. I haven't visited since the Absolute fell. Turns out, rebuilding a city requires more than a simple wave of a duke's hand. Bargains must be made. Alliances must be forged. Customs must be considered. Still, I make the decisions I see fit. The ones I think will restore the city to glory. I serve only Baldur's Gate, not a devil of the first hell.
Don't suppose you ever miss Mazora?
Never. The hexes and eldritch blasts, losing them took getting used to. They left behind a cold abyss where fire once raged. So I stoked a new one. Now the burning comes from within me, not from the depths of Avernus.
The city changes a lot under your leadership.
I've had more than a few challenges, given the horns sprouting from my head. The people know me as one of the champions who saved their beloved city. They know Ravenguard blood flows through my veins. The patriarchs, the aristocracy, the councils of Waterdeep and Arm, their arms aren't so wide open. Still, there's no friction that can't be greased with a sly promise or a proposition.
What happened to Baldur's Gate? Baldur's Gate's Council of Four.
Disbanded, to be formed anew. I don't expect a soldier or street sweeper to see through the schemes of a tyrant like Gortash. But the city's lords and ladies were all too eager to abandon their oaths and bend the knee. Liara Porter is now Grand Duke of the Wilds, Sickle of Chult, Cordula Eltan is the Duke of the Sea Tower, a legacy reborn. And I am Will Ravengard, Grand Duke of the Worm, Heart of the Gate. We will yet be four. Until such time and after, we will enact the will of the People's Parliament. Baldur's Gate is nothing without its citizens, both in the upper and lower. Our duty is to them, and only them.
Exactly. When we first arrived at the city, refugees were swarming the bridge. I understand things have changed.
The jewel of the coast will shine ever bright, welcoming the weak and the weary from wherever they hail. We are building new housing, not just shanties, but homes where families can rest their heads, plant gardens, pursue happiness. Amazing what can be done when Parliament and the Council pressure the upper city elites to open their coffers. I'm sure the Silver Shields can make do without a few more jeweled crowns.
And the Flaming Fists, Gortash turned them into his personal lapdogs.
I've entrusted the fist to Cordula Eltan. Who better than a descendant of its founder to guide them? Given the atrocities the fist committed under Gortash, I expected her to thrash every last one. But she didn't do so much as scold them. Bane's Chosen primed the fist for a war they weren't meant to win. He convinced them there was an assassin hiding in every shadow, that cruelty was the correct answer to crisis. With a few exceptions, Eltan's pardoned every last fist. Gortash led the parched fist to Bane's bloody well. I refused to punish the thirsty for drinking from it. Her words, not mine. Like my father, she believes in the bow and the blade. But she's teaching the fist a new lesson. Valor is found not in the wounds you inflict, but in the lives that you have bettered. May they all take it to heart. Of course.
I've missed traveling with you. You were a pleasure to be around.
I've missed you too. The rush of battles we fought, the heart-to-hearts, the nights around the fire, the comfort of knowing I didn't face the unknown alone. If I had to do it all over again, and I'd rather not, to be clear, I can't imagine not having you at my side. Go on, the night's young. You shouldn't waste a moment of it. Or waste a single drop of wine for that matter. I plan on downing half a bottle myself. Oops, did I say half a bottle? I meant half a dozen. Beautiful fate, grander than any of the patriarch's dreary banquets.
I didn't know I could talk to her.
What have you been up to since we
He
last met?
snaps the air and wiggles. He's either miming fighting a many-limbed creature or dancing. It's unclear. He is, however, exhausted. He's had plenty of adventures without you.
I think it's about time we found someone to look after you. How about Shadowheart?
The joy in the owlbear's eyes is clear. He longs for a home and would love to stay with Shadowheart.
Shadowheart, I need to inform her that she's taking a very large pet home. Shadowheart?
Starting to wonder if you'd show up.
Of course I did. You lot could hardly manage without me.
You can say that with a straight face after all the times I had to come to your aid. Oh, come here, will you? It's been forever.
That's right, Mindy, I'm hugging your girlfriend.
You're what?
I'm hugging Shadowheart.
substantial than before. Less camping and
Shadowheart, we
scrounging
need
off
to
the
talk
land,
when
I
we get
take it.
home.
Are you calling me chubby? Filled out and healthy is what I was going for. Don't tell me you miss living off of whatever scraps we found in the barrels. I'm glad you seem well, truly. Tell me what you've been up to. Wandering, mostly the adventuring life is almost a tonic when you're not constantly threatened by the brain, because it's not reading for them. I can finally see the world beyond the cloister. Come on, tell all. Where have you been? What have you seen? One of the first stops was to the House of the Moon in Waterdeep. It's the largest temple of Saloon. Seemed like a perfect spot to reflect on my parents. On where they came from. Your parents, wow. Your parents, yes, no. Your parents would be proud of you. Oh, I know they are. I can still sense them, I think, and one day we'll be reunited. What's next for you? I don't know which... Okay, I'm having trouble keeping up with the text, so... Yeah. She wants to go find the werecats that hunt the dark gods by moonlight. And she asked my character what I've been up to. I have a confession to make. I may have volunteered you for something. And is that so? And what liberties have you decided to take exactly? I was hoping you might like a new companion. Rather large, feathered, well-mannered, mostly the owlbear. Of course I'll have him, if he wants to come with me, that is. I'd have offered sooner, but everything was a bit of a blur after the battle. I thought he'd gone to roam free. Are you sure he'd want to join? I'm not exactly settled anywhere right now. It could be dangerous at times. Hardly anything new for either of you. He'll love it, I'm sure. Alright, then it's settled. Oh, the things we'll get up to.
Don't I get a say in this, Shadowheart? Hello?
Don't be a stranger. She just assumes that you'll be fine with it.
That's a lot of food.
He'll hunt and bring food back. Besides, you can ride him. It's not like he'll be worried about the flea that just jumped on.
He snaps the air and wiggles. He's either miming fighting a many-limbed creature or dancing. It's unclear.
We've talked to
Scratch
everyone, haven't
yaps
we?
a request you know well. Fetch.
Pet your old friend. Pet the Doge.
Oh, Withers apparently set up a little thing in there.
Oh, he did?
He's even got his bed.
Some fish heads and a stale loaf of bread just to get by.
I'm coming to see. Oh, he did.
Have
a lot on my mind. And, well, in it.
What?
Are you sure you're done partying?
I think we've talked to everybody.
I haven't talked to Volo. That's the last person we haven't talked to yet.
Where is he? There he is.
Ah, my dear friend, it's been an age, has it not? You're looking very well indeed. Our skeletal friend will be very pleased to see I found my way here, despite my invitation getting lost in the post.
Getting yourself into trouble, I presume.
Always, my friend. But the villain I must needs slay today is my greatest yet. A deadline. You won't be surprised to find I'm soon to publish a little holiday read about our adventures together. I've gotten quite good at replicating your signature, so you needn't even bother with the release form. You might help me with the title, though. I'm considering The Hero and Me. What do you think?
You can do better, can't you?
Oh, terribly sorry, but you mistake me, my friend. I'm only accepting complimentary feedback at this time. Perhaps, once the manuscript is finished, you'd even be willing to write a foreword? Or better yet, I'll write a draft and you can just sign your name. Better still, I'll sign it for you. Hmm? Ah, your success really has been wonderful for my reputation. But you mustn't let me hog your attention all night, my friend. You've many friends.
I feel like I just got gaslit. That guy makes my brain hurt. Alright, well, let's go talk to Withers, I guess. We've talked to everybody else. What? What's what?
Oh. Grateful words. There's a bunch of notes in there. I don't know if I want to read them all.
I do. Alright, let's see. You are not just a liberator, you are a warrior of the comet. Whatever land you travel, whatever sea you cross, whatever plane you grace, Blackith's pawns fall one by one at the hands of the faithful, but the city of death stands, and the queen sits on her vile throne at its center. But we stand at the precipice. Soon we will restore all old kinship, and Vlaakith will burn in the fires thus stoked. The protocols are written anew, and to you I dedicate the first, and all who call themselves shall unite under one sky. From Orpheus. My friend, I hope this finds you well, finds you wherever you are. I just wanted to thank you and ask a favor. I'm to be made a watcher. The High Harper put me forward to the Harper Council for service to the city. I'm not sure what that means, but I know if it wasn't for you, I'd be back mucking my mother's yard. I am permitted to bring one guest to the ceremony who will name me Watcher before the council. You spoke for me once before. I understand you're probably busy, but I would be honored if you do it again. I await your happy reply whenever you can, but hopefully soon. That's the guy that we met when we first got to the city. Official guild letter. To the heroes of the realm, we have followed your adventure closely from the day you fell from the doomed Nautiloid to the final blow you struck to the nether brain as it loomed over the city coast. We are but a humble guild who pride ourselves in telling stories, not like the tales to be written of you for many years to come, how inspired we have been to witness your feats, awesome and terrible. The lives you saved and surrendered, the friendship and sundered. The lives you saved and sundered, the friendships you found. Thus, we thought to extend a greeting to thank you for adventuring with such creative determination, such paunch enough to touch the hearts of each of our number. With deepest gratitudes, the Guild of Great Genius. To an old acquaintance, I write to you from the sunny porch of the Last Light Inn. A light breeze blows now and then. People are milling in and out, builders, visitors, the children of all ages in Halsin's care. I can no longer hold a quill or eat without assistance. A kind friend is transcribing this for me. Nathaniel rejoined with Oliver has promised to be with me when the end comes, and as our old songs drift in the wind even louder, I know I have mere days left. But I do not fear it, sorry. If not for your help, this land would still be shrouded in darkness, and I'd still be lost within it. Know that my heart is full and happy, and I am grateful for my last moments. Do visit someday if you have time to stop by an old Flaming Fist's grave. I'd love to see you. That's the guy we woke up to find Oliver. Hello, friend. I'm sorry it's been so long. Turns out running a school of bards is a touch more tricky. Oh, this is the bard that we helped. Tricky than I thought. Who knew bards were so dramatic? I bought a small rundown house in the lower city and spent weeks putting down floors, replacing windows. Turns out I'm quite handy with a hammer and nail. When I was relatively sure the roof would hold, I decided it was time to open. I put a poster and took out advertisements. In the Baldur's mouth, gods, I was nervous. I kept having nightmares that no one would show, but my goodness, they did. Children from priories, maybe? Two peddlers lined the streets. Q almost went to Rivington. Turns out being friends with the hero of Baldur's Gate has its upsides. I'm teaching day and night and fall into bed utterly exhausted. And I've never been happier. Thank you, my friend. Lots of love, Alfira. Elminster. You recall the first day we met, my boy? You could have been no more than 8 summers old, clutching your mother's apron, eyebrows singed off by the fireball you'd unleashed into your neighbor's rosebush. You were crying because the flowers were so beautiful you did not mean to destroy them. How kind, how eager, how brilliant you were. And yet so naive. You could not see the power so carelessly begets destruction. So too might your good nature be the guiding light by which your abilities might shape our world for the better. Where is that child now, I wonder? Did he remain at Blackstaff knows buried in his books? Does he live within his mother's aging heart, weeping for those roses, or is he still within you, lost amongst the trappings of godhood you so casually adorn yourself with? Wherever he is, I hope he can forgive me. To him, I promise I will never make the same mistakes again. Elminster. Oof, that was kind of mean. Damn it. Hey there. Would you mind passing this to Karlag? Thanks. Thanks a mil. Karlag. If you're reading this, you're alive. One way or another, you found a way. Thank the gods. I think of you often, wondering what became of you. Write me, won't you, please? Yours faithfully, Damon. Nocturne? Dear Shadowheart. I hope that you are happy and well. I must keep this short as I remain shrouded by Shar's followers at almost every waking moment in my new enclave. I dearly wish for you to enjoy your night spent with your old friends, and I hope you and I shall share a reunion. I know it must seem strange for you to dwell on such heretical thoughts, yet I cannot help myself. Perhaps one day I shall find some measure of bravery that you did and walk away from this life. Until then, I shall keep safe and hold the memories of you as one ember of light amid an ocean of darkness. Until we find each other once again, yours always, Nocturne. Valyria. Salutations. I am writing this to request your help in a mysterious case that has arisen since our little Balian bash half a year ago. Regrettably, I've had to take the credit for dispelling the Ball cult in your absence. You understand, and I am working on routing out the remaining Ballists from our city. This has made me a target. A false document bringing my name into ill repute has been made public, and allegedly unpaid bar tab at the Elf Song. If you happen to be passing through with a bundle of coins, perhaps you can persuade management of my obvious innocence. Most obliged. P.S. Any advice for getting Ballist blood out of cloth? My hat's not been the same since the murder tribunal. I had a dream last night, but not that there are many nights here or any days. It was a dream about you, all of you. You were here with me. I had served bread and jam and oat crackers and cheese and tea to quench it, and enough tea to quench a dessert. You nibbled and sipped and smiled and laughed, and you asked if I was happy. Nobody has asked that for so long. I don't know if anyone has ever asked at all. Oh, this is from Hope. I didn't have the words to answer, so instead I led you through my house and showed you all the souls that are here with me. They were Raphael's once, but now they belong to themselves. The archive is an art gallery. Something about a grand kitchen, and the dungeon is a refuge for any wounded soul or creature that finds its way to us. Am I happy? I don't know. But I am Hope, and I persist because of you. From Nabar. Hi, hello, greetings to you. I am writing from inside a pigeon coop, knob front to all birds. So excuse the dried who I saw letters tied to a pigeon leg and had a words epidemic, epidermis, epilogue are all crossed out. Epiphany. I had one of those. I kept asking you what you thought I should be, but not what you needed to be to me. What you needed me to be. Then I remembered you kept coming to talk to me. No one else has ever done that. So I know my place now. I hear my calling. I shall be your pen pal. I will write you every 10 day. Right? Gotta go. Need to start planning my letters. Yours restlessly, Nabar. Pen pal of pens. I don't remember Nabir.
Nor do I.
Very soon.
Sorry about that, guys. I just wanted to read all this. Looks like now we have to go talk to Withers. Unless we can now talk to Karlach and Shadowheart and tell them what the letters said. And try Shadowheart first.
Withers has surpassed himself with the musical accompaniment for the evening. I had feared things might be a touch more sedate out here in the wilderness.
Nope.
Maybe I can.
Mustn't.
I've missed wine. Had to resort to making my own cider recently, which isn't bad, don't get me wrong. But a girl can't have fun with apples alone.
You could have a future in brewing. Start your own label, maybe.
You might be onto something there, though the name might need work. Somehow it sounds rude, even though I know otherwise. Don't be a stranger.
Okay, I guess I can't tell them.
It's good to be among friends again, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, time to see the ending. Or whatever happens when we talk to Withers.
Yeah.
Withers.
Yes, what indeed? Prick up thy ears and listen. The balance of the world restored. The balance of these lives, mortal and otherwise, brought to account. Hear me, thou heroes, wastrels, friends. I have waited long to tell you these words. It is over. For now. Thou played thy part in weaving the fabric of fate itself, but for every thread you sewed, so did the gods unravel another. Sleep, rest, revel, but be ready, for thou mayst yet be needed. Until we meet again, I wish thee every possible fortune, health, wealth, love, and above all, problems worth solving. To you.
Yes, what did I get? Ceramorphosis. Make the ultimate sacrifice. Become a mind flayer to defeat the nether brain. All's well that ends well. Finish the game with a heartfelt thank you. Hero of the Forgotten Realm, save the realm, destroy the Absolute, once and for all.
There thou art, the dead three. Thy faces gods, thy actions barely worthy of the name. Didst truly believe thy ploy would succeed? Didst believe I would not notice? Thou soughtst to bolster thy strength by taking away the souls of mortals. But souls vanish when their hosts become mind flayers. Didst think the other gods would not notice? Gods thou may be, yet thou hast proven thyself fools. Everyone. The supplication of Bane, the whimper of Baal, the death mule of Merkel. Felled by mortals, I overestimated thee. They did not. Vermin, away. Thou wilt trouble us no more.
It's almost like they just got lectured by their father or something. Just in time. Alright, nerds. Well, that ending took a little longer than we expected, and that's fine. But we will leave you guys here for now. We hope to see you guys on Wednesday, where we intend to explore the rest of the pre-patch for War Within. So until then, nerds, we hope that you guys have a great week and stay nerdy.
Goodbye, nerds.